Hey boys and girls, this is Mr. Hall, and I am going to be working with you on some writing and math at the beginning of this school year. We're going to go ahead and start with a little bit of writing. So you need to find your August writing journal and find the first page. It'll have a number 1 on the pencil. So if you can go ahead and stop the video and get that ready, then click back on and we'll continue. Okay. You know, when we write, letters make words. And if we put words together that make sense, we call that a sentence. So I would like you to take your pencil, and if you're right-handed like me, that's going to be your second hand if you're looking down. And you're going to put 1 on top, 2 on the bottom, give it a firm grip. If you're left-handed, it's the same. 1 on top, 2 on the bottom, give it a firm grip. Okay? And let's go ahead and just trace the 5 words that we have on the paper. I am really good at. Okay? Let's go ahead and trace our letters in each word. So let's start with the first word, I. It has just 1 letter. Let's go to the second word, am. It has 2 letters. Okay? A and M make the word am. Let's go to the next word, really, and it has 6 letters. R-E-A-L-L-Y. So those 6 letters make the word really. Let's go to the next word, good. And good has 4 letters. G-O-O-D make the word good. Let's go to the last word, at, and at has 2 letters. A-T make the word at. So if you look here, letters make words, just like A and M make am. G-O-O-D make good. Letters make words. If we put words together that make sense, then we call that a sentence. Okay? Now, to make your letters correctly, as you make your words for your sentence, I'm going to do a little house here. So I'm going to do a little arrow and then come down. We've got a nice looking house, just like that. If we can think of the lines on the paper as a house, that will help us make our letters correctly. The top of the house is the roof, so our top line is the roof. The broken line in the middle is the ceiling. So you know when you walk inside your house, you look up, there's the ceiling in the middle. And then, of course, the floor is what we walk on. So our bottom line is the floor. So we have roof on top, ceiling in the middle, floor on bottom. And sometimes we take the steps down to the basement. So the basement is down below. Okay? So if we look here at these 5 words, we can see our big capital at the beginning goes to the top, the roof. Then the rest of the letters we use are lower case. Okay? Capitals tend to be our bigger letters. The lowercase tend to be our smaller ones. So a lot of lowercase only go up halfway to the ceiling. Some do go to the top of the roof, and some hang down below in the basement. Okay? And you've always got a free hand that you're not writing with, and you can use your pointer finger to leave spaces between words, because when you put words together for a sentence, you need to leave spaces in between them. Okay? Alrighty, let's take a look at what we've got so far. We have I am really good at. Well, that is not going to make sense unless we add on another word to tell what we are good at doing. So we have some choices down here, and we're thinking of school. So we could finish the sentence with art, reading, writing, science, or math. I am going to go ahead and finish my sentence with writing, because that's what we're doing. So I'm going to copy this word here. Now, you can finish it with one of the other words, okay? Or you can finish it with your own word. I'm going to finish it with writing, and I am going to put a little dot, that's called a period, at the end. Okay? So now, I'm going to read my sentence back to you, and you know when we read, And when we write, we go left to right. So I am really good at writing. Okay, so now I think we have a sentence, a group of words that make sense. Okay, we can understand that. Now, in order to make sure the sentence is complete, it needs to have these parts. It needs to start with a capital letter, needs to end in the correct end mark, it needs to have a noun, a verb, it needs to sound right and make sense. Okay? So, when we write our sentences, we want to make sure they're complete with these 5 parts. So now, let's go ahead and number and make sure that our sentence is complete with those 5 parts. I have a capital, so let's put number 1. That's a big capital I to start. I have an end mark. That's the mark at the end. The little dot is called a period, and I put that at the end of a sentence if I'm just telling something. In this case, what I'm good at, I'm really good at writing. Let's see if we have a noun. A noun tells who the sentence is about, who or what it's about. So who's really good at writing? I am. So there's a 3. Okay, now we need a verb. A verb is an action word, and that tells what's happening. Okay, what's happening in your sentence. Okay, what's going on. Okay, what someone or something is doing. Okay, so what am I doing in this sentence? I'm really good at writing. So let's go ahead and just put a 4 there. And that is my verb. Okay. So you need at least 1 noun, 1 verb, and of course you can have other words with that in your sentence, but you need at least 1 of each, who or what is doing something and what they're doing, okay, for the words to make sense and be a complete sentence. And then finally, when I say I am really good at writing, that sounds right to me and it makes sense. So there's 5 and a check. I have a complete sentence, okay? All right, words together that make sense, and it's complete with those 5 parts. Okay? So, what you can do to finish up for today is you can make a picture of what you're good at. If you want to write another sentence and tell something else you're good at, you are more than welcome to do that. You can write as many sentences as you want, but make sure each one is complete with the 5 parts. Okay? So make sure you've got a capital, end mark, noun, verb, and then reread the sentence to make sure it sounds right and makes sense. That is what makes a complete sentence. And we use complete sentences when we read, when we write, when we talk, so people can understand us. And I think we can understand this sentence. I am really good at writing. And I would like to see what you're good at. So when you finish your August journal, we'll have a time when you can bring that to school and I'll be able to read what you wrote. Okay? Alrighty. I will see you tomorrow. Or I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.